Today, Governor, it is my pleasure to welcome you to this campus and to the vote.
Dakota, I look forward to joining you as a 107-year-old former governor. It's the 100th anniversary. Please call me beforehand. That may need a ride. We're also glad to be joined today by a member of the Board of Governors of Missouri State University from this region who has taken a great interest in the growth of the mission here, Peter Hofer. We thank you for your service. Also, I have with me somebody y'all might know who served 6 years as the president of Missouri State University. Dr. Mike Nixon is also here with us today. Representative Cookson, Representative Rhodes, Senator Cunningham, President Smart, Chancellor Bennett. I want to thank everybody for their combined leadership and vision right here. I am honored to join the Missouri State University community in celebrating this milestone. 50 years of providing outstanding higher education opportunities throughout South Central Missouri from this great and growing campus here in West Plains. I've always said that in Missouri, in our great state, public education is a value we all share, not a political position we hold. This is true whether you're talking about elementary, or high school, college, or graduate school. It's a value that cuts across many lines: urban, suburban, and rural parts of our state, socioeconomic divides, and the lines of our political parties. There is a unity in the Show Me State to work together to ensure that public education in Missouri is the best it can be, and a deep understanding that these students are going to have a tougher go as far as the standards than we had. That school is going to get harder and more challenging, and that's just the way it's got to be, because we are in a worldwide competition, and education is the strongest tool we have on our side. Missourians have always stood together to show their firm support of public education, and I am a believer that we will continue to see significant movement forward because of it. Now, this is a unique celebration today, not only because the 50th anniversary only occurs once, but because Missouri State University West Plains fills a unique role in our state's higher education system. This is the only campus of its type in Missouri, a 2-year institution that is affiliated with a 4-year university. As you've heard Dr. Bennett say, this campus is a springboard to Springfield. For half a century, there's been a stable, mutually rewarding relationship that has tied these two institutions together. Those ties that now include technically advanced distance learning, have grown and become stronger over the years to the point where this campus is a model for other 2-year schools across the country. The long-term successful integration of West Plains and Springfield has brought many benefits to both institutions and their students. One of the primary benefits has been the savings in administrative costs by these two schools working so closely together. That's benefited the body and has helped keep the cost of education affordable, which is in no small consideration for this day and age. The Springboard here at West Plains gives the more than 2,000 students here a terrific means to complete 2 years of college and either use that degree to enter a career or build on that education to transfer to a 4-year school. And that choice is often Missouri State University in Springfield. And because the students here have been able to take advantage of our A+ program to cover the cost of those first 2 years, they don't find themselves encumbered by student loan debt when they take that next step. Think back 50 years for a second in student loan debt. It really wasn't an issue when the school was open, and quite frankly, for about 40 years, it wasn't on the radar screen. But we now live in a country in which the amount of student loan debt exceeds the amount of credit card debt in our country. We are literally burdening the next generation with the responsibility to pay for something that previous generations took care of for them. We are literally making it so that when kids graduate now, very often the first person they shake hands with is somebody they owe money to. And because of that, far too often, we don't get that economic punch, they don't get that economic independence. Well, this school is leading the way in dealing with that issue. Not only in keeping tuition costs down, but embracing A+, looking for non-traditional ways to deal with it, to do everything they can to make sure that education is not only the best economic choice for our state and country, but it's the best economic choice for traditional and non-traditional students to improve their earning capacity and their independence. I'm very proud of the fact that in the past 4.5 years, we have added 266 more schools to our A+ program, my first term. We're now 99% of our schools. You never want to be in a situation where the economic choice of education is death that slows folks down. Instead, you want to think of education as something that speeds people up and frees them. And I want to thank Missouri State West Plains for leading the way for the state, quite frankly, for the country. I'm not going to go through all of your rankings. You see all those all the time. But that effort by this community is incredibly important. Now, the close ties with Springfield do not take anything away from the immense pride that is justifiably felt on this campus and in this community, this region, because of this institution. This is, after all, an institution that provides an opportunity that isn't available for many miles in most any direction. Missouri State University West Plains has been a beacon of higher education for a wide swath of South Central Missouri and has more than ably filled that role. Your community knows what a great asset it has here, that this is a campus of opportunity. And it goes beyond pride in what the Grizzlies have accomplished on the athletic court, although those feats have certainly been noteworthy. This community recognizes the economic development engine this campus represents. First, it has been and continues to be a major employer of educators and staff, providing a wide variety of positions that utilize many levels of training and skills. But when an economic engine of a community is a higher education institution, it brings a lot more than just a paycheck that somebody spends at a store that turns over a few times in a community. It brings an ethos of curiosity, a willingness to compete, a desire to see a bigger world than what's just on our street or street corner. And this organization has been that first step, that avenue towards a whole bigger world that is so vital. And one of the reasons why West Plains continues to be cited in study after study as one of the greatest places to live in America. Secondly, for 50 years now, this institution has given top-notch training to young people from this area in professions that pay well and are in demand, such as technology management and a wide range of health-related fields. You've been recognized nationally for your commitment to excellence for 2 consecutive years. You made the list of one of the top 120 two-year colleges in the United States as compiled by the Aspen Institute. And Missouri State University West Plains has been ranked number 6 in the Best Community Colleges category by the 2013 Washington Monthly College. we certainly don't need too much of Washington and West Plains, because we work together here. This community works together to make sure that each of you has a little bit of a role in passing on the greatest thing we can pass on, democracy, to our kids, a better opportunity to succeed in the future than we have. So congratulations on those well-deserved honors, not just to school, but to strong community. And congratulations for garnering this national attention. That's one of the reasons that just last week, those opportunities in West Plains expanded even further. I was joined by President Smart and by Chancellor Brady Deaton of the University of Missouri as they signed an agreement pledging to work collaboratively together to expand and improve health care for citizens of southern Missouri. Now, at West Plains, that means an additional $500,000 to expand the allied health program that is already delivering healthcare professionals for this region. This will be and continue to be a campus of opportunity, and Chancellor Bennett, you can be very proud of the achievements that are taking place here. Students from Missouri are competing in a global market, a market that looks far different from 20 or 30 years ago, and markedly different from what was faced by the students of 1963, when the first group started on this campus, before we walked on it, before the Cardinals beat the Yankees in 1964 World Series, before everybody standing up in the back was born. But that arc of 50 years from 111 to 2100, from a few classrooms to rising buildings, that is an arc of progress that we should celebrate today, but use as a springboard for progress for years to come. Student skills have to be sharp, and they have to be current, and they have to fill the needs of this community and this world that are constantly evolving. This school will continue to rise to meet the challenges of the next 50 years. This school will produce graduates who recognize the responsibilities ahead and are ready to meet them. This community knows what it's done for 50 years and is prepared to lead for the next 50. Everyone here should be rightfully proud of what has been accomplished in the last 50 years. But everyone here knows that it is a milestone, not the end of a journey. The road ahead for the next 50 years and beyond is just as exciting, if not more. And maybe because we're not sure where that road goes. Other than Dakota and I don't know if anyone else will be here in 50 years. But our ability to work together, to challenge the next generation, and to provide the world competitive, American, educated workers and leaders starts right here on Main Street in West Plains. And I thank each of you for turning 50. And as I say, 50 is the new 40. So we got plenty of energy to keep on moving forward. Thank you, God.